You said what?
I said, all right.
Oh, it's a little echoey still.
All right, turn it down.
I was, but you
turn it
scared
down.
me. You scared me.
Okay, so I gotta get this timer going.
Alrighty, everybody.
Hello. Oh, this is a little loud. Hold on, y'all. We gotta adjust
It's not loud. It's fine.
Or is it me? I feel like it's real loud. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Hope y'all feeling good out there tonight. Cause I am. Woo, 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 woo.
I can't. Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
Say hi to the people.
Hi, people. How are you? I know you guys know that I would love to say hi to you guys. However, I was waiting for our host of the day to introduce us.
That would be me.
And she
That
has
would
not
be
done
me.
so
I
yet.
am Black
so.
Jack, Ashley, aka Black Jack. So today we're gonna go ahead and talk about the media madness.
Wait,
no. Media madness part 2.
No.
No, what?
You didn't say Mouth So Reckless.
Mouth So Reckless.
Here we are, nothing. Like,
Mouth So Reckless.
Mouth So Reckless.
Mouth So Reckless. She wanted me to say that, y'all, so I had to do the intro. Let's do it again. Mouth So Reckless.
Mouth So Reckless.
Mouth So Reckless.
Whoop, whoop.
Can I get a whoop, whoop? I'm just playing, y'all. I'm clowning. But okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about media madness part 2. Is it we don't care?
Yes.
How did we say it last time?
Who cares? But here's our opinion
Anyway, it has been a lot going on in the media. You know what I mean? Everything has been on social media.
Yes, it has.
And first thing we're gonna do is not shout out, but we're gonna go ahead and say rest in peace to Young Dolph and that little boy. What's the little boy name?
TJ, Antoine Fowler.
That's so sad. Prayers to the family, to both of them.
Yeah, sad TJ Fowler. A lot of you guys know him for a lot of his videos that went viral. He had like a meltdown in the passenger seat. He asked what they were going to eat, and it went viral. They turned it into the gift and the graphic interchangeable file. You know, that's what gift is and things like that. So I just feel really sad. He had been battling an autoimmune disease. He had been battling an autoimmune disease.
No, hold on, pause.
We are really talking about.
I want to know what the gift stands for.
Okay, I'll tell you in just a second.
Please say it again.
I'll tell you in just a
second.
I'm not gonna forget, but you really disrupted me talking about how this young little boy passed.
We're gonna go back. I just didn't know what the gift stands for.
Okay, I got you. He died. He was been suffering from a long time for an autoimmune disease, and it recently got the best of it, and he did pass. So all prayers to the family.
Yes.
Hoping that God sends them peace and understanding, and just comforts them in this time. GIF is a graphic interchangeable file.
Oh, well, I never even knew that.
Yeah, and so that's all I got.
When did the little boy pass?
Just recently. I just saw the headlines this morning, so I'm not sure exactly when he passed, but I saw it this morning.
And he had been suffering from this
autoimmune disease
since he's been viral? Did you already know
No, pretty
that?
much. From what I hear, he had been suffering from it for years, so I don't know if he was born with it or not, but it wasn't new.
No, but what I'm saying is, so when he went viral, you were already aware of his condition, or you just found out about it?
I found out about it when I heard that he passed.
That he had passed?
Yeah.
That's sad. What was his name again? I'm sorry?
AJ, Antoine Fowler.
That's so sad.
Antoine TJ Fowler.
And what state was he from?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And then Young Dolph, because that's been a big topic too, you know. What?
Okay, Young Dolph. Let's go. What's wrong, Ashley?
Why are you laughing at me? I didn't know a lot about TJ, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know a lot about
no, it's okay. That's not why I'm laughing at you.
So what you laughing at?
You just was so mean before we started recording, and now you done put on your front face, you smiling and shit.
She lied. I was being mean. She's acting up. Okay, but yeah, Young Dolph, you know, that was kind of weird that he got shot at that cookie shop.
Yeah, about that. What do you think about it?
I think that these rappers get a little bit too comfortable. You know, they said that was his hood, so he felt comfortable walking around there. He went to the cookie shop on a daily basis, and to me, it's like when you doing that, you leaving it open for people to know your routine. So you need to, when you walking around you have $200,000 worth of jewelry on, and everybody knows that you're a celebrity, it's wise that you have a bodyguard if you're gonna go to the same place every day or on a regular basis.
I agree. I don't think it's just rappers. Young Dolph, as well as others, were known and had a street reputation before they started rapping.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes, as you said, you can reach a certain level of status and become a little relaxed in your environment. And because that is where he was from, and you get a lot of love where you're from, you feel like that should be your comfort zone, and you should be able to roam without any issues. The problem with that is usually you have more haters where you're from than you know, and get more love from places you're not.
And that is
so it's
true.
a lot of people that are from that neighborhood.
That was a big true statement that you said right there, because you got more
we
haters
starting to agree.
right close to you than you do, you know, from your enemies. Like the people that's right up underneath your nose is
Right.
really plotting, hating, and scheming.
Right, and the reason why it's so easy for people to get shot and killed, which a lot of celebrities, a lot of especially rappers and entertainers have died recently.
Even like Nip.
Right, and if you noticed, even Pop Smoke, it was they're all associated with people they knew or they were close to.
Okay, wait, Pop Smoke. I thought Pop Smoke was the one that got killed from posting his shoes. Isn't that the one? Pop Smoke was
not posting his shoes. He was out here in the LA area,
right?
And he posted a picture that accidentally, I don't think he realized it, but I don't know if he realized it or not, but it had the address, but that had nothing to do with it. When it came down to it, and it came down to the people involved, one of the persons of interest was somebody who was an associate of his.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Right. And so that created an issue because it was a lot of East Coast, West Coast. They were trying to incite like an East Coast, West Coast beef, but they couldn't because when it came out, it was one of his own associates that set up that whole situation.
So they went to jail for that?
Supposedly, yes. There were arrests made, and supposedly it was a known associate of Pop Smoke.
Wow.
So I said that to say it's usually somebody that you either associate with, familiar with, or are close to, or like in Young Dolph, somebody who is from the same area, because how else would you be able to get that close and have that kind of access to a person that you're attempting to go? Like they weren't even, none of those people were suspecting any of that because why? They were comfortable with their surroundings and the people around them.
True. Either that or he's posted multiple times that he's at that cookie shop. I don't know.
Well, he's from Memphis, so people probably see him. His car is very unique, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel.
And you heard he shot back too, right?
I heard that he shot back.
Well, that's what the reports say.
Yeah, but you know, we'll see.
And then also, there's another thing. There's so many different conspiracies and things being said about this death. Did you hear about they were all from Empire, which is the record label, and I guess he was trying to go independent. This is one of the stories that's circulating, and it was Young Dolph, Mo3, and also King Von were all part of this record label.
Well, it was more, I believe on what I saw, it was more than just them three that were victims and died, were the artists. And what they're saying is that particular owner of that label gets insurance on all his artists. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to say that it's very convenient that every artist that this company and this particular manager represents has life insurance on them, and then they end up passing. So that's the argument now.
So there was other people that weren't so big that also died or were killed?
I had the picture. I don't think I had it anymore, but I did take the picture of it because I wanted to know how true it was. And it was a situation where, let me see if I can find it real quick for you guys, but it was a situation where they had the picture of his name and they said that he gets insurance. I have it right here. Okay. Empire Records CEO is known to take out insurance policies on his artists. So that's who they want to investigate. And it was 4 of them.
So who was the 4th one?
This is
we
the
know
picture.
Who the main 3 were. Oh, he's white.
I don't know if he's white or Middle Eastern or what. I don't know what he is, but all of his artists, this would be the 4th on Empire Records.
Because we know Mo3, we know King Von.
Trippie Redd, maybe.
Oh,
So that is convenient. However, he does represent a lot of that particular record label does represent a lot of artists that had street reputations before they became artists too. People need to stop acting like because you become a rapper or become an artist that they're exempt from the streets.
no,
Some people do
accessible when
change.
you
Some people do
become-
change their lives and live different lifestyles, but some of them can't shake the streets. Some of them stay in it. And when you stay in a street life and you live a street lifestyle and you have real street beefs, anything can happen. Not that it should. I feel like shooting black men, shooting each other, and all the gun violence and robberies and everything else, I need that to play out. I need that to get old. I'm ready for that to be over. However, there is certain things that come with a certain lifestyle. And the reason why I hate it so much is because it doesn't stop these people and these young men from having families that love them, having children that love them. And when you see a lot of these artists, a lot of these street dudes with street reputations, you wouldn't even recognize them in their family life.
Right.
They do what they have to do outside and they take care of home. They read to their kids, they're going to schools, they're going to parent-teacher conferences, they're doing all of these things. However, what the lifestyle that you live outside the home can and does often put you in danger, whether you become an artist or a celebrity or try to leave the game or not. Some people just don't forget. I mean,
because
there's
you could be
people
done with it, and
Yeah.
you still won't come back because of what
years
you've already
later,
done.
years later,
You're
because
done, and
people
you
don't
change for every
forget.
foreign person, but it's the karma catching up to you from the things that you have already done. In the streets
Sometimes
and
it's not
people.
even karma. Sometimes just affiliation and association can put you in that situation.
Yeah, true.
You
But-
could be somebody who's never done anything in your life. However, those are all your friends. That's who you grew up with. That's the neighborhood you're from. So of course you're gonna affiliate with that. You could go to
But what
work
I'm
every
saying-
day
but what
and
I'm
never
saying
have
is
done
you might not
nothing.
affiliate with
and
any
get
of these
shot.
people anymore. You might be completely
But,
done
but
because you
what I
changed
mean
your
by that is
lifestyle.
karma is not always it.
No,
because
it's
there's
not, but
people
it
who
is
are affiliated
sometimes.
with a gang who done worked, went to school, got full ride scholarships, playing ball and everything else. They end up getting killed when they go visit home. I think it just
That's
happened
a different-
recently
yeah,
to
that's
a
different
guy.
Scenario, but I'm
That's the
saying
same. We talking about the same thing.
No,
We
it's
talking
not.
about people who are affiliated with the streets that get shot or become
But, so
victims
you're
of it.
saying
All
that
I'm
karma, so
saying,
you're saying karma
I'm
is never
saying
part of it?
karma. I'm saying it doesn't always have
I
to do with
said
it.
that. I said
Okay, well, be clear.
No, you be clear.
Be
Because
clear.
I said you trying to change
Be
what I
clear.
said.
That's what you said.
No, I
You
said
said that karma catches up, and I'm just saying
and you
it's not.
said it
I
doesn't
said it's
always
not
have to be
always
that, and I said it
karma.
doesn't have to be that, but
Okay, just
sometimes
making-
it
just
is.
making sure.
You make sure, because I know what I said.
Now you got seeing the true Ashley. This is what I was getting before
Well, I
before
don't
we
care
started
because She
recording.
thinks she know every goddamn thing.
You just agree with what I said.
Anyways,
So I
moving
must
along,
know
moving
everything.
along. Soulja Boy has also been a topic of this with Young Dolph. They said he was talking shit on him on the Breakfast Club. Did you hear his interview on the Breakfast Club? Talking about him not being independent.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so then he was talking about Young Dolph not being independent. He's, not the nigga that he said he is.
Was this before or after?
This was
Young Dolph
before.
was-
This was
okay.
5 days. This was about 5 days before he got murdered.
Oh, okay.
And then the picture surfaced up after that with the side by side.
It's so
Picture.
convenient how people try to
But-
relate shit that don't have nothing to do with one or another. I don't think nobody is stupid enough to talk in that kind of like. These are people who are very popular. Everybody records, is watching them, and everything else. Nobody, not even Soulja Boy, is stupid enough to speak ill on somebody he's planning on killing in
Right.
an outfit that he posted
Right. In
several years ago.
2019.
I'm not buying it's related. And people need to stop doing that because people can really take that serious and people can really be hurt behind social media and the blogs and all the bullshit
Yeah,
that they
having this
spread.
boy get killed over some shit that he had nothing to do with.
Exactly.
And it was just so ironic that he was talking about him 5 days prior.
Right.
It almost seems like somebody tried to set him up in a sense. You know what I mean?
Not
It's
even
like,
set him
no,
up.
it
It's
does
just
seem
they
because
shine
had the
light on
same
it.
exact outfit on. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but I feel like just even if it wasn't Young Dolph, God forbid it was somebody else and they got killed. You don't think nobody interviewed with a surfaced or nobody
I
would have found
know.
somebody sweet,
But when I
somebody
say
tweets
with
or
that same
anything?
outfit, like how ironic because it's from 2019. Why do you have the same hat on, the same jacket, the same sweats? Like that is
It
really
looks
weird.
the same. However, images can be manipulated. So,
What? You know what?
images can be manipulated. I don't think that that's the exact same anything. It's a black hoodie, it's a black hat. The only thing that looks
It has the same little
particularly,
thing on
not
the front of the hat.
necessarily.
What do you mean?
Do you know how many hats there are of that? If you zoom in and really see what the characters
You
are
just
on
want to
both
be
their hats.
not. You just want to be disagreeing.
No, I just want you
Oh
to be
my God.
realistic.
I am being realistic.
That's like
I
if
don't
I
think
have
Soulja
a.
Boy. I didn't say I thought it was him.
That's like if I have
I said
two
I feel like
people
somebody
have.
was maybe trying to set him up.
I disagree, and you
Okay,
can't be
that's
mad at
fine.
that. You
That's
have to
fine.
accept that I
You
disagree.
can disagree.
And you have to also accept the fact that I feel like if they really had a clear image of the shooter and a clear image of Soulja Boy, they are similar, but I do not think they're identical.
No, they're not identical. I know they're not completely
That's all I was
identical.
saying. But you rather cut me
No,
off
you're
and cuss me out
saying
than
that
just hear what I'm
they're-
saying. That's it. They're similar, they're not identical. Put your hand up, girl. We count down the seconds. Look up, look up.
Oh my God.
So you believe Soulja Boy is getting
No,
set
I
up?
don't. I said he could. It almost seems like that. Yeah, it almost seems like that. The interview comes out, then the man gets killed. Then y'all surface this picture up. That seemed a little weird to me.
That's media. Media always servicing some shit up when something happens. Always. That's just what media does. That's their job to create.
And why is the people out there like that with no, like just out in broad daylight like that? That to me is weird too.
Oh, that's not weird. People get shot in those kind of areas. They get shot in daytime, like every day. That's not weird. That's very, very, very common, especially in broad daylight. It's
When you're
extremely
doing a
common.
celebrity, like you know good and damn well they finna investigate this
Well, for
all the
them,
way
it's
down.
not a
How dumb could
celebrity.
you
To
be?
them, it's street.
It's a hood
It's street
nigga, I
shit. So
understand that,
street
but
shit is
he-
street
But at the
shit.
end of the day, he is a celebrity.
At the end of the day,
And
it'll be
he's on
easier.
the shade room.
At the
He's
end of the
on-
day, it'll be
he's on
easier
the
to
dot.
take
He's
a celebrity
a
in the
shade.
daytime than at night when they're having being out in the open and okay, we gotta watch out and things like that. It's
Mhm.
easier to get people in the daytime because they're not really expecting it to that
I don't
extent.
believe that.
And they're
because
thinking just
Tupac
like you,
and
who's
Biggie-
dumb enough to do that in a broad
Tupac and
daylight.
Biggie was killed at night, and we still don't know who the killer is.
Which
But
is-
Nipsey was
no,
killed
no,
in the
no.
daylight, and we know who the killer was. So that's
Right.
weird.
No, what I'm saying is it's easier to kill somebody in the daytime.
And it's also easier to get caught.
I mean, not really. Nobody's expecting it. How many unsolved you
We're
named
talking-
two people
we're
out of
talking
8
about
million
I'm talking about
celebrities that have been
celebrities.
killed?
Who? Okay, so who has got killed in the day? They haven't got caught.
I could Google it.
Google it.
I could Google it. The
Google
only
it.
reason the dude that got caught with Nipsey Hussle, to me, is because he was just there. He's known in the
And he
neighborhood.
was seen.
I feel like if
on
somebody like
camera.
him, I feel like if somebody
just like
like
these
him,
other people were seen.
I feel
on
like
camera.
if somebody like him was killed at nighttime under those same circumstances, if that dude would have came back later on that night, I think he still would have got caught.
Who the one? Oh, his homeboy.
Yeah, I think he still would have got caught. I think that's an isolated issue, and that can't be really compared to anything else. There was a different kind of backstory with that. But outside of celebrities, I see what you're saying about celebrities, but outside of celebrities, a lot of people do get killed in broad daylight. And
And they also
don't
get
get
caught.
caught.
But like, I don't know what celebrities you're talking about.
All you have to do is Google unsolved mysteries. Okay, if I wasn't
I'm not
recording,
talking about
if I
regular
wasn't
unsolved-
recording, if I wasn't re-
regular unsolved mysteries, they don't.
if I
you know
wasn't
why?
recording,
There's a lot of people that get killed in the day, but they don't care about them people because they're not celebrities. They don't care, so they don't put the time in. But these celebrities, they're gonna put the time in, and they're gonna investigate, and that's what they're
I
gonna do
don't
with
think
young
they
dog.
put a
That's
lot
why
of
this
time
picture
in black
has
celebrities that are
surfaced.
killed. I'm gonna see if I can look this up without
Go ahead.
my without it not recording. So you can move on to something else while I do this. Oh yeah, because that's bringing up all kind of people. That's not really
Yeah,
saying
it's
it.
just like regular.
But we could definitely revisit it. I mean, people get shot because
It's neither
just
here
because they
nor
didn't die
there.
doesn't mean they didn't get. You know what I'm saying? Just because they didn't die doesn't mean they didn't try to
At
get
the end of the
killed.
day, the shit was stupid for the niggas to do the shit in broad daylight. You on camera and you're gonna end up getting caught. Your clothes is seen, your face is damn near seen, and you shouldn't have did it. Okay? So we're gonna move on to the
I
next.
feel like
topic.
daylight or night, y'all need to stop killing each other. Period.
Yeah, period.
I don't really care
that's
whether
true.
it's day or night. I don't
Yes.
care about none of that.
Yes.
And I know that there are a lot of people that are from the streets that have more knowledge, that are more knowledgeable in this field, that can confirm that a lot of street dudes, popular celebrities and non-celebrities, have been either robbed, shot, and murdered in the daytime.
Yeah,
That's
and
just
I
a fact.
agree. I agree that people get killed and shot in the daytime, but what I'm saying is you're more liable to get caught, is what I said. I didn't say it don't happen.
And I still,
I didn't say it
thank
didn't
you
happen.
so much for that
I didn't say it
clarification.
doesn't happen. It
Thank you
happens
so
every
much
day.
for that clarification. However,
happens
I
every day.
disagree. I feel like you can get away with it in the daytime.
And then not only that,
And
you
then,
don't,
like-
not only that, you might not get caught by the police, but niggas seen your picture. Everybody seen your picture service, so people know who you are in the streets. The police might not know you, but people know your body stature. People know how you stand. People know how you move. People know what you look like with the mask on and underneath the clothes. So during the daylight on camera was not the best move to do.
But nowadays, like all the cameras, even for the past quite a few years, the cameras at night show just as clear, sometimes clearer than day cameras.
Yeah, that's why
If
you're
you're gonna
supposed
get caught
to.
on
If you're gonna do
camera,
it,
you're gonna get caught on
I'm not
camera.
condoning killing nobody, but if you're gonna do it, I think you need to be a little bit more smart than the way they did it. I'm just saying.
I just think you don't need to do it. I don't think there's no smart way to kill somebody.
Okay.
At the end of the day, you're gonna have nightmares. It's gonna haunt you.
It depends if you have a
You're
conscience,
not
because
gonna
some
be
niggas don't have a
right.
conscience.
They act like they don't,
Some
but
people
the way
don't.
that they act
Some
to
people
me,
don't. Some people is possessed with the devil. And they'll kill and kill and kill and go to sleep and wake up and go kill
I don't
again.
believe there's a person on the earth that has killed somebody and not felt nothing. Conscious or no conscious.
Some people
I
feel
just don't
good
believe
about
it.
it. Some people get an adrenaline rush from killing people. But that's a whole nother topic. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one on what's the man named Rittenberg? Let me see what his name is. The protester. Y'all know who I'm talking about. What you think about that, Samika?
Who is he? Who are we talking
Rittenberg.
about?
You know who I'm talking about?
His name is Rittenberg. Is that his name?
She want to be after she get on my nerves.
I'm
That's
just
okay.
trying to
I'll get his
understand. I
name.
want to
I'll-
be clear. I want to make sure that I'm
Rittenhouse.
correct.
Excuse me, guys. Rittenhouse.
Oh, I know who Rittenhouse
Yeah,
is.
you know who Rittenhouse is. Sorry, guys. Rittenhouse.
I'm gonna be honest. I am really over with the saturation of white men getting off and getting away with crimes that they committed. It happens. It's gonna keep happening. That's the racist ass society that we live in. That's the systematic racism society that we live in, and that's just what it is. So I don't put a lot of time, energy, and effort into following these cases, following what happens, or anything of that nature. Because the fact of the matter is, it's still a white man on trial who his privileges is more likely going to get him off or reduce his sentence or anything else. So I just don't even give a fuck. Now, from what I hear, he killed 3 white people. They were all white. They were protesters in an open carry state. They said that he claims that they were going to attack him, and he opened fire. And that's what happened, and he got off on self-defense because by the way that state defines the law of self-defense, then stand your ground, then he is rightfully in doing so, and he will not be convicted. Not guilty. What do you want to say? Another white man getting away with killing. I mean, what do you want me to say? However, I will say this. Somebody did compare him to the baby, and they had a point. The baby had shot somebody, and you stand your own ground, shot and killed him,
2 times.
and he got off, and because of that law. So in certain situations, we can say white privilege and all that, or we can say he still has those rights, whether he's white or not. He still got stand your ground rights. And the baby and other black men in states that are not as popular and not as commercialized and in the media like this case was, they do get away with it as well. And not really get away with it because if you're defending yourself, you're defending yourself.
But why was it okay? Oh, so they were able. They were able to carry guns in that state.
Yeah, it was an open carry.
Yeah, you did just say that. Okay.
Yeah, so he got away with it. Now, do I have enough information on the case to say whether he was right or wrong? In my opinion, no, because I don't know where he was at. I don't know if he inserted himself into the protest knowing he was scary, then that's his fault. To me, that's murder, because you don't have to be at a protest. So if you're putting yourself in a position to where you know you're probably going to be attacked or something like that, then I feel like that's kind of, it's a thin line.
And he was
there for
out
me.
past the curfew. He was out past the curfew. He's supposed to be inside. The protest was supposed to be over with.
But the protest wasn't over with, and he
It was
wasn't
supposed to be
inside.
the police allowed, I guess, certain people to stay. I don't know. They allowed.
Yeah, see, I don't really know. All I know is if it was self-defense, then, I mean, he got off. If it wasn't self-defense, then he got off. Either way, he got off.
He got off. He got off.
And he white, and that's what happened. You know what I'm
But
saying? Like,
do you think? I mean, you just mentioned the baby, but do you think that if it was the roles were reversed and it was a black 18-year-old that did that or a 17-year-old that did that. I mean, is he even legal to carry a gun at 17? Because I don't know how the state works, but I thought you at least have to be 18 to carry a gun. And I believe it happened when he was 17.
I know you ain't got to be 18 to shoot, so I just don't know.
Yeah,
Like I said, I don't want to misspeak. I don't
that,
know
yeah.
the case surrounding him. I mean, racist white men get enough attention. I just don't care. I don't care to give him a platform. I don't care to discuss him. I don't care to research his case and what he did.
So then
I
why are we
just don't
discussing
care.
him? We don't need to talk about him then.
Don't be like that. It's still in the tabloids. If you wanted to talk about it,
I'm
we'll
just
talk
saying,
about
we
it.
don't gotta talk about him like that.
I just don't have enough information to give
I don't know
an
too much
informed
about it
opinion,
either,
you
so-
know, because you don't care about him either. You know
No,
what
I
I'm
don't.
saying?
I really.
That's all I'm
That's why I said
saying.
we ain't gotta talk about it. We can move it right to Zach.
But we did. No, let's move to the baby since we brought him up anyway.
Oh, well, let's talk about the baby because the baby. Ooh.
The baby and Danny Lee. So what do you think about it? I'm
Okay,
gonna
but do
give
you know
the floor
about the
and I'm
whole?
gonna
Do
be
you
quiet.
know? Okay, do you know the whole story of what happened?
Kind of.
Okay,
You know,
do you
okay.
know? So you know, I kind of watched it. I kind of followed it. I kind of went back.
Because I
through
catch them,
and
but you
looked
know
at a
me, I
couple
don't
of the
really be
videos
in
that
the
they
chat.
had
I don't
did.
really care.
Well, I'm
so I
kind of
don't really
nosy
know.
with certain things, so I kind of was.
It's
looking at this one.
entertaining,
Yeah, you know what I
definitely.
mean. So I was looking at what was going on since they want to put it all on live, you know. But I guess it started out with she saying all he want to do is come in her, and she ended up having somebody drop a Plan B.
Wait, she said that on social media?
It was after the fact that everything started. So it started off social media. It started off with him recording her feeding the baby.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He apparently came and woke her up around 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Told her and the baby got to go. They got to get up and go. He was upset because what she said was all he do was want to come in her. So she ordered a Plan B.
And she said that outright for everybody here.
Yes, she did.
So let's just be clear, Danny brought the media into their life.
No.
She started this.
No, the baby brought the media. He's the one that started recording her. And she was trying to tell him to stop. Stop recording her.
Is this before or after she said
This was
all he
before.
want to do?
This was
Okay,
before.
so he started it.
He started.
Okay.
He's recording her. She's feeding the baby. He's telling her he wants her to go. He's telling her, you know, she's basically toxic. He called the police on her, wanted her to leave the house.
See, but from what I heard is that's what started that situation. But the tabloids are saying that this started way before that, and they're like showing all kind of other videos and stuff of them together
Because
and everything.
okay, so then she comes on. This is how the videos was coming out. So they posted that. Then she's telling him she's trying to take him to stop recording, whatever, you know. Then the police is there telling, you know, you see the police in the background. They telling her to get her stuff, whatever. She telling them, you know, you ain't got to follow me, whatever the fuck she said. I don't even remember what she said. Then she's like, well, I don't ever come to the media. I don't ever say shit. But since he want to say something, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to let y'all know. So she has a picture of a Plan B. She said that, I guess, she told him that she had somebody drop the Plan B off to her. He came to the house and that pissed him off because he said, I guess I came in the wrong bitch, is what he said on video.
So he took it as she slept with somebody else, and that's why she.
No.
had
They had just. She already said that. I guess they had just said she had just cooked them a dinner, and I guess they did what they did, and then maybe he left. But then she had like maybe the assistant come when he left and dropped the Plan B off.
Yeah.
Okay,
that sounds a little suspect, but continue.
Yeah, so they came and dropped the Plan B off.
Mm-hmm.
So he was mad and he acknowledged it. He said, I guess I came in the wrong bitch. Okay, because all he want to do probably is have kids. You know, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom.
Right.
She don't want to keep having kids like that. So then it escalated from there. Then he comes on back on.
So was the Plan B incident, was that on video too?
Yes. She said she comes on and it's a picture of the Plan B. I don't know
Okay.
about if it was, this is what she said.
Don't that seem a little convenient? Like, here go the Plan B situation. Like, everything just happened to be recorded, but go ahead.
She didn't record it, but it was a picture of it. So this is what she said. This is how it all started.
Mm-hmm.
And then he come back on and he says that he came in the wrong bitch or whatever. So then she said, he said something about, it's sad. Just, I have still a queen to take care of, talking about their baby. And she comes back on and she's like, you don't take care of, blah, blah, blah. She made a reference like he didn't take care of the baby or whatever, that she's there and doing everything or whatever. So then he comes, they never seen the baby. Nobody ever seen the baby. He comes back on. I don't know, they talking about. I take care of our baby. You know, they showing this bitch the baby or whatever. He chewing this gum, everybody talking about the gum is retired because every time we get on live, he put a new piece of gum in his mouth. And started chewing the gum. Girl, so everybody
People be worried about the wrong
talking about the
thing.
gum. So, long story short, she ended up leaving. And there's just been a back and forth battle between the two.
So where did the part come in where they were beefing about him saying that they were never together or they're not together?
Oh yeah, he said that too.
What was
he
that
said
about?
she knows that she's a side bitch and she knows she's a side bitch. Her family knows she's a side bitch. And then she came back and showed talking about I'm a side bitch. So she showed all these different videos of them together, all the different things that they did together, and talking about you know, when they was together, then when she got pregnant, he left her. Then she was a fool to go back with him. She got back with him. She moved out of her house. He bought her the townhouse or whatever. She been staying in the townhouse, and they've been together. And the assistants even got involved because he was like, I'm a good dad, huh? And the assistant was like, you know he's a good dad, Danny. You know.
Okay, that's a great story. And the perfect example of why I don't get overly involved in social media. Because you already know where I'm going to go with this. Like, I don't give a damn if y'all had y'all moments, y'all spend time together, y'all got a child or whatever the case may be.
Before we start, I forgot to tell you this part. Because you know he got the other baby mama, Mimi. And Danny,
of his oldest daughter, you talking about, right?
Yes. And little cute girl, she got the little dimples or whatever. And I guess, you know, he was doing some foul shit to her. And Danny Lee, whatever, I don't know, whatever her name is. She came, I guess she was like, thought she was better. And she was making, you know, little remarks to the baby mama. Now the baby mama got back on like, you know, you thought she was cute. You know, not in them words, but that's what she was basically saying. So go ahead.
So to me, it sounds like what Lil Baby was saying, and that's what I'm saying.
His
The
name's
baby,
not
okay,
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby, the baby, fuck
They're not
baby,
the
whatever
same.
you want to call him. I don't give a fuck. The
Oh.
baby, because I don't, because y'all all know
Yeah.
who I'm talking about. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is unedited. It is what it is. If we say wrong, we gotta fix it. That's whatever. As I feel like I always feel like it's way more to it than what we see. I feel like he started recording her for a reason, and he did get ostracized. I mean, I don't know their story. I really don't care, but since we're on the show, I will give my opinion. I feel like all that side woman stuff and all that kind of stuff is probably true. Like, side females are glorified nowadays. Side females are taken out in public. They're wined, they're dined, they're taken care of, they're treated good. All of that. So she probably was a side piece.
Well, who's the main?
And for him to blast her,
who's the main?
he might have. I don't know the backstory, but it may have been an issue to where she did make a lot of digs about Mimi and things like that. And that shit probably came to a head, and he probably told her before they started recording and before it got all publicized, like, basically, whether we together or not, Mimi gonna always come before you, and you the side bitch. It could have, it could not have. I don't know the backstory. I just know there's always more to the story than what we see. And whether the guy told you y'all was together at one point or not, if he's in the public eye saying y'all wasn't together, then oh well, that's what he's saying. Either you accept that you're the side piece or you leave him alone.
And my thing
It doesn't make
never
sense.
Got rid of your own. You know what I mean?
Well, let me finish, because you told a long story. Let me finish. So anyway, I know I needed those facts, but however, she's dumb anyway though. And then you go on the media and stuff and say he don't take care of his child. But in the videos, you guys are always spending time together. So I'm sure your child is there. You say he don't take care of you, but you were staying with him. He bought a townhouse for you and all this other stuff. So what is it really? Everybody is not. I'm so sick of all these baby mamas getting mad, and the first thing they want to say is the dude ain't taking care of their child or ain't taking care of them. No, you got your feelings hurt because you thought that having the baby changed your status of a side female, and it didn't. So now you hella mad. You was probably trying to fight him, which is why he started recording, because we don't know how many male entertainers end up getting arrested and going to jail for assaults when they ain't did shit. The woman trying to fight them and gang up on them. So if that's his house and he don't take care of you, then get the fuck up out of it then. If you're not taking care of me, and she should have.
She did.
And she should have. So with all this, everybody talking about the baby is the bad guy and all this and all that, I don't really care. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I don't know if she's a good guy or a bad guy. But it's too many baby mamas out here crying wolf and too many men that are and aren't for us to know the difference. So why are we always so quick to take the woman's side? Now, one thing that did happen when this all transpired is people were talking about her in the way she looked, and I felt like that was bullshit because there was nothing wrong with the way she looked.
She looked pretty the way she was natural. I don't
Exactly.
understand what
She
that was all
looked,
about.
but
That
what I did like is a lot of men got on that thread,
That
and they was
crazy.
like, you must have never had a girlfriend before. You must have never had a wife.
They even tried to come for her like that. I'm like, she
did.
still looks very pretty in her sweats and goddamn tank top.
Yeah, they did, and I thought it was cool that men defended her.
Yeah, that was that.
So it was like more women attacking her than men. And the man was like, the man told one guy said it, talked about something about the way she looked, and the other guys was like, oh, you must be a virgin. You must have never been with a woman.
Right.
Like basically saying like that's how women look.
And she just had a baby 3 months ago. Like, get the fuck out.
Right.
Of here.
So that part was whack, and that I didn't like. But for you to be saying that he don't take care of you or his baby and all that, okay, what kind of woman does that make you then?
Right.
Because you was in the video smiling.
She was just saying he had the baby like he ain't been here, but like you said.
Here's my thing though. I don't give a damn what she said.
In the same token, you got all these videos of y'all together.
Not take care of was stated. He don't take care of the baby. He don't take care of you yet. He does take care of you financially in all ways. Clothes, shoes, housing, and everything else. And he must take care of your baby too, because you putting all these videos out there trying to prove that you his woman, which is a clown. Video. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they were together though. Well, no, a lot of people
they don't really want to show the baby though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The baby's small, so my thing
and
is
that's what they was talking about that too, because
what are you supposed to do in 3 months? How do you know?
The baby hadn't even been seen. You know, they had, and he came on with the baby to prove a point.
Yeah, like that. I got full access to my baby. Stop lying.
It was still the same night, like. That was weird.
But the baby, his point that he was trying to make was, my baby is right here with us. Why are you clowning?
Yeah.
So my thing is, that make you a bigger clown.
I don't think he even stayed there. I think it was more like she was in the city where he was at, and this is where the baby and his baby and she stayed. That's what I'm getting from the story. I'm not.
Either way, sure. My point is this: you a clown ass female. Mm-hmm. If you are dealing with a man that you really think is not a good father and don't take care of his child, that's a clown on you. Because if you really felt like that, why are you dealing with him? And what exactly is he not taking care of? What kind of assistance do you want from a traveling artist in the middle of COVID who's touring and everything else, who obviously spends time with you every chance he gets based off all the videos you're showing, and the baby's like 3 months old? So what do you want? Y'all both got nannies and caretakers and everything else to help y'all, because you guys are both very busy in your careers. So what exactly in 3 months of birth, post-birth, are you, what didn't he do? Y'all together all the time. You looking like a clown, talking about he don't take care of you, and y'all in all these videos together. He looked like a clown, talking about y'all not together, you a side piece. Y'all all just looking like clowns.
Look like and shit never got on social media. Like, why did y'all even bring this to social media? Even if he was doing it for his protection, like he said he was doing, all you had to do was record it. You didn't have to go live.
No, I wouldn't went live. Why? Because everybody always talks about how videos are manipulated and they're cut and trimmed to what you want to see. And when you go live, you can't cut, trim, or manipulate that. That
household bullshit. That was a bunch of bullshit. It should have never got on social media.
It shouldn't have, but at the same time, if I'm a male artist and I seen what these women do, and men do it too, but I've seen what these women do to men, like in situations like this, they go straight to the media and talk about how they were attacked and this happened and that happened and things like that. So if I want to cover my ass and make sure I don't catch a case, because everybody does talk about the baby, his temper, his history. Yeah, but he has a history of violence and things like that. And if I already know that she already in his mind, she delusional. I done told her she a side piece. She's saying we together. I take care of my child. She's saying I don't take care of my child. What else is she gonna lie about? So let me record her so she can't lie about me no more. And I bet you any amount of money that her behavior changed as soon as he started recording.
No,
I guarantee it.
She was like, get that fucking. She was mad.
She was mad because she was probably trying to fight him before he started recording.
She was literally sitting there holding. Well, maybe before, but she was sitting when he started recording. She was sitting there. Feeding her baby.
Feeding the baby, why? Because she was trying to fight the baby loud and cussing and woke the baby up. Woke the baby up, but it could have happened.
Don't know that.
But do you see my point? We could create what kind of story we want, unless that's what I'm saying.
True.
So we don't know if she was getting at him foul And he was like, okay, the baby crying, go get the baby, let me record before this get crazy. And just to cover his ass. We don't know.
No, we don't. We don't.
You know, and I could be
And
totally
then-
wrong, or I could be totally right. We just
Right.
don't know. So all
We
we
don't
can
know.
do is give our
And
opinion
before
and
you know it, they
speculate.
probably gonna be back together on fucking live in a minute anyway, talking about.
Well, she even went live talking about she's okay,
Her
posting,
and the
and then
baby
she
had
took it
moved
down.
out. Her and the baby moved out.
But then she
and
took the post down.
Oh, she did?
So what? How do we know the baby didn't call her? Like, you know, we bad fucking right. You better take
Yeah.
that down before I go live with you in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
So
goodness.
I just feel like it's a clown, and all that with people saying that with all the videos and pictures that proves that where they were together. No, it
yeah, it
don't.
don't prove. That don't prove nothing.
No,
But
it don't. It really don't.
let's hit this real quick because we are.
What else was we supposed
wanna
to
talk
talk
about?
No, we
the,
had some pauses in the conversation, so
no.
we got a few more minutes.
No, we got Zach, the football player.
Oh,
Zach Stacy. That's funny.
no, because everybody knows how I feel about getting caught up in situations that are not conducive or productive to you. What he did, I couldn't even believe it. Any man, no matter what's going on, any man that resorts to that type of violence against a woman is stupid. Everybody knows that I believe that a woman should never put her hand or never put herself in a man's position. A man has the right to defend himself. There is a line that was crossed. There is you defending yourself, and then there is you becoming violent and abusive. And he beat the fuck out of her, and he needs to get caught.
He's
They
already
think
caught.
that they did, because the last I heard that she was saying that his friends was hiding
He was
him.
caught coming off the plane yesterday.
Okay, because I couldn't believe it. I was laughing because I was in disbelief. He jumped on her, then walked away, then went back over to her again. And what I don't like
And
is
it
the
was just
media
the way he
saying
did it
like,
so like God, like nigga.
well,
this
it
is-
was malicious. It was
was
like, are you high?
terrible,
Like,
like-
what is going on? Because he had no emotions in that video.
And then gonna yell at her and try to say, and then you want to play with her all on me. Did you see that part?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she wasn't provoking him or instigating a reaction out of him in any way. What I am saying is the way he reacted was not justified whatsoever.
No, yeah, she didn't
Like,
deserve
she
that
was
reaction.
already on the ground.
no
Like,
matter
you went
what.
back. I don't even believe when men fight men that once a man is down
Man.
and giving up, you shouldn't even keep fighting him.
Right.
Let alone a woman. You go back in there and
The
start.
way he threw her
I
over
couldn't
there
even
like
believe.
that.
I couldn't even believe it.
First of all, he slapped the dog. Shit.
That was
out of
enough.
her.
After that,
He
you
slapped-
shouldn't have even
yeah,
did that.
Yeah.
So after that, ask for
her teeth
forgiveness and
probably
walk
done
away.
shifted, you know what I mean? I'm not even being funny. Like
Her
he
teeth
slapped her.
shifted.
I said they probably did. Why are you laughing?
Cause I'm just.
He slapped her so hard, like he's a man, so his hand is.
I
like,
know his
you
hands
know
is
what I'm
strong,
saying?
but
Like,
his
he a
her
whole
teeth didn't
football
shift.
player.
Her
I said they
teeth
probably
didn't-
did.
Her teeth.
They
didn't
probably
shift.
did. The way he slapped her.
I
Oh,
will. What
fuck.
I will say is he was dead ass wrong. And
Fuck
if you're
yeah.
dealing with somebody,
Fuck him.
and even if she did provoke him, if you're dealing with somebody that pushes you to that point, you should have been done left. You should have been done left. What I don't like is people acting like it's worse because the baby was somewhere in the house. I don't give a fuck if the baby was at
No,
grandma's
if
house.
the baby was
That shit
there
was
or
dead ass
not.
wrong, and just as wrong whether the baby was in the house or not. That shit was wrong.
You don't
Period.
do that.
Period.
You don't do that.
It was weird, and they showed her videos after she, you know, of
And
course.
she was so discombobulated. She didn't even know what was. She was like, "Oh my god!"
She looked scared in the video. She looked scared in
when
the
he came
videos.
through the door,
Yeah, even the videos that she
did
made
whoop her
after.
ass.
Even I don't know. Did she say that?
Yeah, and supposedly something happened to the baby. Like I don't know anything happened to the baby. I'm like, if something happened to the baby, you should have been gone. But I heard that too.
Wait, so they've been fighting like
Yeah,
this,
something
and
has
she
happened
just
before,
stayed.
but this is you know. But we.
So why
but,
she acting so
but
surprised?
you know, we talked about this before on one of our episodes. Abuse. You and I have never been through this before.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we don't understand.
I don't
What
understand
I don't know
it.
if it was to that extent.
However, I can say if he's been
But
violent
then
with you
also-
before, why are you
also-
acting surprised that he's
also-
being violent
but
again?
probably not. Maybe not to that level. We don't.
Or
I
maybe
don't know.
he's never been violent before, and that's
Maybe.
why she was really surprised.
Maybe.
You
But
just
it's on
never
video.
know.
It's
I
on
don't know what
video.
happened.
And not only that, he's a celebrity. You know, it's she's a white girl, he's a black man, and you know how they treat. They don't want to.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing.
So
That's why I was laughing earlier too, because it's just
they already be mad that you're dealing with this nigga in the first place.
That
you know what I'm
part.
saying? So they turning a blind eye to you anyway.
I just
And the
seen
police
her. I
don't
just
take
seen her
domestic violence
victim.
that serious.
I just seen her because a lot of people cry wolf,
Cry
and it's
wolf.
sad. You have people that really report it in the beginning and want to press charges and want it to be done, and then you have a lot of women who are stuck in this vicious cycle for years and never leave. So it's hard to pull those resources and take it serious when the woman don't take it serious.
Right.
They've gone so far as even gotten restraining orders and things like that, and the police get there to enforce the restraining orders, and what do the women do? Hide them, cry, never mind, we're fine, all this and that. Not in all cases, but in many cases, which makes it hard.
But even with that, even if a woman does do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, granted, the police don't take them serious because they always, when the police come, they play it down. But if one time she calls and she don't want to play it down, then y'all should take her serious.
I don't think that they should know that. How are they supposed to know?
It don't matter. You shouldn't decipher.
You have
shouldn't
to.
have to
If
decipher.
I'm the
Wait a
officer,
minute, hold on. Let me finish. If the police come and they say I don't want him to go to jail, I don't want him to go. I called and told you he's hitting on me. The police come and then you say, you know what? I don't want to press charges, but some states they'll automatically press charges depending on the state.
yeah, the DA will pick it
They'll
up,
still
or
pick it
they'll
up,
at least
right?
arrest them and see.
So maybe that time she don't want to press charges. She got a busted lip and she still don't want to press charges. But then the police come back a time out again and she's like, I want to press charges, and they don't take it serious. To me, that's fucked up.
Oh no, that can't. That's not.
That's what I mean.
That can't
That's
happen.
what I mean.
That can't happen.
That's what I mean. Some
There's
people,
not a cop
they
in the
take-
world that does that. What happened?
What you mean? I've seen it.
You seen somebody say I want to press charges with evidence of abuse and they didn't get taken?
Yeah, I've seen people not take it serious, like the situation with Dana.
But was there evidence of abuse?
Yes, Dana has called the police, and the man has gone to jail for a day and come right back out. To me, that's not taking it serious. The man that fucked her up because what?
But did she show up to court though? Because that doesn't make sense. When you're arrested on a charge like that, you have to go to court. We both know you're arrested. You got to go to court if there's charges brought up against you. And
but if
you want to press charges,
if she's scared to go to court,
then the police can't do nothing about a victim that doesn't show up. I can't hold authorities responsible for. They're not psychics. They can't determine whether, if you don't go to court, I could say, okay, is she so scared she doesn't want to come to court? Is she just doesn't want to press charges anymore? Like, that's too many questions.
Okay, that's true. But what about when you do go to court and the person only gets 2-3 months? Is that taking it serious? Because I have somebody. Now I'm not going to mention it, but I know somebody right now,
mm-hmm.
where they press charges on this particular person. Was whooping on them. She was scared for her life. Her job got involved.
Mm-hmm.
The police came to the house. He was holding her hostage in the house.
Mm-hmm.
The police ended up taking him to jail, but guess what? He's back out. And he has reports. This goes on for multiple years.
So
he's back out.
So what were the charges that was pressed against him? Like what charges were presented?
I know one was I don't know, not holding hostage, but along those lines.
Yeah, they have a name for it when it's like your spouse.
Yeah, along those lines, bodily harm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a few. It was a multiple.
So
charges.
did she go to court?
I don't know if she went to court.
But that's important. I can't form an opinion based on a victim that may not have shown up.
Yeah, but when you come and you see that the girl is literally being held against her own will, you see that.
Yeah, and I did my job, and we brought him, we arrested him for all of those things and took him to jail. And when it's time to go to court, you got to be there. If I don't have a victim, I don't have a case, unless it's a case of murder or something like that.
When you got there and the police already got pictures of you, and they see that it is the case,
you need to come up. Your statement is needed. Like, I need you in that courtroom to testify on your own behalf. Like, I need that.
To me, that's
a statement and pictures and stuff is enough for me to press charges and present a case and have it heard in court.
But the same thing if you do a robbery. You might not come and testify for a robbery, but you know that they did it because when you came, they had the fingerprints there. You had the merchandise. They was caught with the merchandise, but the person don't want to come and testify because they're scared. That person's still going to jail for some years.
Sometimes.
They still going to jail for
Sometimes.
years.
Sadly,
So, but
there's a lot
to
of
me-
cases like that,
to
robbery,
me,
that's
they
not on
don't
a
take-
larger
they
scale
don't
where
take
they get away with
To
it.
me, they don't take domestic violence
Yeah, but
as
there's,
serious. That's just my opinion.
I mean, there's robberies, small robberies that you
And there's
never hear
murders,
about
attempted
because the
murders, all
people
of that.
didn't show up,
And they
right?
still go.
In a murder, I mean, you know, there's no witness to show up. However, with domestic violence cases, you have a history and years of history of domestic violence, and you don't show up to your court date. I have a problem with that. That person that's on the stand cannot touch you in court. They can't do anything for you in court.
Yeah, but
They know that you're pressing charges and things like that. So to me, you're kind of sending a mixed message when you are not enforcing the charges that you wanted us to bring up. Now, am I gonna try it? Am I gonna try it as good as I can? Hell yeah, I am. But if it's not no. If you don't
I
show,
don't know too
what's
many
more
people-
convincing?
I
What's
know-
more
I know too many
convincing?
people that
Some
been through-
pictures or a woman on the stand
A
crying?
lot of women are scared to go to court.
What?
Believe
I'm not
it or
saying that.
not.
I don't care
Believe
about
it or
none of that.
not.
That's not what I'm
I
saying.
know you don't care about
I'm
it,
not
but
saying
at
whether
the
they're
end of the
scared or
day-
not. What I'm saying is in court, they cannot touch you. In court, that man is in custody. He
But when
cannot
they get
touch you.
out, when he get out, he can touch you again.
He's gonna touch you
And
anyway.
if you
because-
know, and if you've already called the police multiple times, and the person already been in jail, and you came to court,
And you keep
and
taking
they-
them back.
and you
And
came
every
to
time they
court-
come to arrest him again, they arresting him right
It
there at
don't
the house
matter.
y'all stay at. So my problem is, you open your door for him, you let him come back, be in a position to hurt you again. You decide finally you want to press charges.
Sometimes
Go
people
to
manipulate
court.
their way back
What
in.
do you
They
think
don't-
is-
they
what do
be-
you
they be
think
held
is-
hostage in their own
You
house.
can't manipulate me. You done hit me upside my head for 5 years. It don't take
You
no
never been
manipulation.
abused, so you can't.
Man,
we don't
listen,
agree.
I
We don't-
can have
we're
my
not the
opinion
same.
on this,
We're not-
and
we're not the
I don't
same
have
as
to go
abused
through abuse
women.
to know
We're
that
not
an
the
abused
same
woman.
as
Let me
abused
finish.
women.
Let me finish. I do not have to go through abuse to know if I'm on a jury, it's gonna be more convincing for the abused woman to be up on the stand than it is for somebody to show me some pictures, and that's a fact.
Understand.
That's all I'm
easier
saying.
said than done.
But
And
that's
at
but
the
I'm
end of the
saying
day-
but I'm saying that's why a lot of these guys don't get the time that they should get because the women, for whatever reason, out of fear or they want them back
Thank
or
you for saying
there's a
that.
million reasons why they don't show up. Let's be real. These niggas done already got out of jail. They done posted their bond and they already back in the house. It's a million reasons why these women don't show up to court.
Exactly.
And so if you don't show up, you cannot hold the courts responsible for the charges that he's actually convicted of or the time he gets because you were not there to do everything you had to do to make sure he got the maximum amount of time. I'm sorry. I'm not saying, I never said that I went through it. I never said that I understood or didn't understand why they don't show up. I merely stated the fact that if they show up, it'll have a greater impact on how he's prosecuted, the charges he is convicted of, and how much time he gets.
And
That's
is
a
true.
fact.
That is a fact. That is true. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, no matter what you just said, with all of what you just said, I still don't think that they take domestic violence that serious. Period. Point.
They
blank.
don't.
And
We
that's
agree
my
with that
opinion.
from the
Well,
beginning.
that's what I've been saying the whole time. That's what
Yeah,
we're
because you
arguing
rolled
about.
up and no, we were going back and
No,
forth
that's
about
not
the
what I
charges
said.
and how you felt like the courts don't take it serious and he getting out 3 months and stuff like that. Then I asked you, did she go to court? And that's how this all started. I asked you, did she go to the court date? I don't know if she did or not. That's what you said. Well, how do we know he wouldn't have got more time if she would have showed up to court? How do we know in a lot of these?
That's not what we
Okay,
was arguing about.
that is.
No,
I
we
just
was on
we
two
will
different
read.
levels.
We will reread
Well,
this.
I watched the episode
Because you were talking about how he didn't get a lot of time. And that's what I
I
said.
said that was an example.
You said example, and in that example, I said, did she go to court? And you said, I don't know. So I went into explaining my point that if they're not going to court, it's hard to say whether the courts are biased or not, because if you don't show up, you're less likely to get the outcome that you want.
Okay.
Like
Move
anything
on.
else.
Okay.
Now, what I'm not saying, what I'm not going to let you do is have anybody out here in this audience watch and
No, they
think,
can watch their own
that
stuff.
I'm
I don't have to
saying-
have them think anything. They watching it.
finishing my statement, what I'm not going to let you do is have anybody in the audience thinking that I'm trying to represent a woman that has been abused or been battered, or that I'm
I
trying to
didn't say
determine how but you said things to imply that, or I'm
No,
trying
I
to
did
speak.
not.
Yes, you did. You said several times, me and you have never been to that. Me and you have never been to that. I'm not speaking on behalf of a better woman. I merely was making a point that if they don't show up, they will most likely not get the outcome that they want. Period. That's all I'm saying. I'm not claiming to speak on behalf of an abused woman or how they should or shouldn't respond or anything else. However, I am saying that if they want a more favorable outcome, then they should go to court. It's that simple. I don't know how we spun off all of that from the baby, from not the baby. I'm sorry, from Zach.
Stacey,
From Zach Stacy. I just don't know. I feel like he should have left her alone a long time ago, especially if you're saying that they have a history of an abuse.
I don't know. I said that's what I
Oh,
heard.
is that what they said?
said that's what I heard, that it had good
Okay,
prior
so if
abuse. I
there's
don't know how
prior
true it
abuse,
is,
then they
but
both
that's-
wrong. I feel like anytime the behavior is repeated and repetitious, then they both wrong, and they both need to be held responsible. And that's all I got on that too.
And then the last topic, let me go ahead and shut it down. I don't know too much about Elijah McClain. I do know that he got a settlement of their family got a settlement of 15 million.
This poor guy, he was like walking in cold ass Colorado, and he was approached and harassed by the police, and in doing so, he was choked out, and then he was injected, and
where
what
did
was
they
he
inject
injected
him? It was something with a K.
yeah, it was like ketamine,
yeah.
something. I
Something
don't
like that. I
quote
think
me.
that was it right there.
But first of all, when in any state has it been allowed to inject somebody?
Right, and what was it for? Is it supposed to be to calm him down or something?
Well, apparently they say he looks suspicious, but that's what they always say. Any black man walking outside looks suspicious and fits some kind of bullshit ass profile. But I never heard of, I don't care what he was doing, I've never heard of an injection being used to even calm somebody down.
Right, that's what I'm saying. What was
And
this
if you're
for?
choking
What was
somebody
the
out,
point?
they're gonna be fighting and struggling because they can't breathe. So if you're choking somebody out, to choke somebody out to the point where they're fighting for breath, then to inject them with something claiming that it's to calm them down, which we don't know for sure. I'm baffled. I don't know what to say. I've never heard of cops being allowed to inject somebody with something.
Right,
I
unless
just
it's
haven't.
what's that stuff? Narcan or something? Like you were having an overdose from like
Oh
heroin
yeah,
or something like that.
Emergency.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I've heard of that, but as far as like injecting somebody with something, I've never heard of nothing like that. So his family was awarded $15 million, and they're calling it a win.
No,
Why?
Not even.
At the end of the day, a family that loses somebody like that should definitely be compensated, right? However, more importantly, those officers need to be not only prosecuted but convicted, and that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I do too. But from what I'm hearing is that I guess the police department is under investigation because they've had a lot of racial activity amongst the police department.
I believe it. These investigations don't impress me either. They do
These
stuff to
investigations
pacify the people and calm down the media world, and they even have the conversation behind closed doors. Well, it's made the headlines, so we gotta appease the media. We gotta do an investigation, but don't worry about it. Like the conviction rate,
right?
The conviction rate is like, okay, 15 million, but who got life?
Right.
Who got life? And why don't these officers ever get the same sentences as people that are not in law enforcement? Because in law enforcement, you're trained to protect, you're trained for these situations, you're trained to de-escalate. So if anything, your sentences should be harsher than regular men and women walking down the everyday street, because you're trained to handle these fake ass situations that you guys create on your own.
But why are they training the police to shoot to kill? Because they're training to shoot to kill.
I feel like that's something that they created and started doing because there was so much violence and they needed an excuse. So basically, if you can't stop your officers from doing something, then what do? You create a law, or you create a practice that helps them and makes it legal to do so. Well, we know you guys ain't gonna start shooting unarmed black men, so if we make it part of our policies, then that can hold up as an argument. Your union rep could use that as an argument when they're trying to prosecute you, and it's an easier way to get not guilty. That's what I think it is.
No, it is that. That for sure.
And it's sad and it sucks, and then that's what it is.
Yeah.
I love that we ended this episode in agreement.
Now look at this.
Look at God. She rolled her eyes. She's so big. Y'all know at the beginning of this episode, she started off mad at me for the first 15 minutes. So just excuse the first 15 minutes of the aggression.
No, and no again.
But I think that's all we have. Do you have
No,
anything
that's
else?
it. That's it. There's a lot going on in the media. I think we covered pretty much the main stuff that's going on right now. And if not, go watch the news.
And let's make not killing each other a fad. Let's make not killing each other a trend. Let's cancel culture violence amongst each other in our community, period. Like, we can do that. We can do, all we have to do is just not kill each other.
Love one
It's
another.
that
Love our
simple.
black people. For real.
Right. It's a lot to process. Even us having children and that have not been directly victims, we do have family members and our children's family members that have been victims, and it hurts us the same. I could hear about somebody dying from gun violence way across the globe, and it hurts the same. And no matter the lifestyle they lived or anything like that, it doesn't stop the people that were closest to them and knew the real person they were on the inside, and it hurts the same.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts the same.
Mm-hmm.
So care and love
And
about
it's
your
senseless.
life.
A lot of it is just so senseless. It
Right.
makes no
care
sense.
and love about your life. Care and love about your brothers and sisters' life. And care that the only person you're pleasing with this is the white man. Period, point blank. They're the only ones that applaud this type of behavior.
Yep, they glorify it. And I agree with her on that note as well. And we will see you on the next episode of Mouth So Reckless.
Mouth So Reckless,
Mouth So Reckless.
Follow us on all platforms.
All platforms.
TikTok.
IG, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. Yeah, we on that.
Black People Meet.
Be okay, we told y'all last time.
Till next time.
Mouth So Reckless.
That's funny. What if I never pressed record?
Shit. Don't start.
I keep thinking that's gonna happen one day. Like one day I'm gonna be